Hello, subscribers. Remember the good old days when you was a caretaker? How you would lift their ass up and wipe them after they poop on themselves? Well, shit, I'd rather work at McDonald's.
I would die for you.
The Caretaker. Directed by Jeff Prugh and written by Jeremy Robinson. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought this movie was really good. I thought it was well directed. I thought the story was great. The ending had me with the stone look like this. Yeah, that's the look that was on my face by the end of this movie. The movie starts off with you seeing a woman go by the name of Birdie. You know, she's an older woman. She needs care, caretaking. She needs someone to take care of her. And this guy there named Gilberto, where he's he's the one that's looking out for her and making sure everything right. So he was her caretaker. And she called Gilberto to the room, but Gilberto to tell him something, and he went outside. Now, I'd like to remind you, the beginning of this movie was just disturbing, like straight off the bat disturbing, because the woman Birdie will just make your skin crawl. Like this her presence she has a strong on-screen presence. It's crazy. Played by Sondra Blake. Sondra Blake did a good job. She was marvelous in this movie. So the guy Gilberto goes outside. He ends up digging up something. So he ends up pulling out this box that was buried in the ground for Lord knows how long. So he gives it to the woman, Birdie, and then she flips out. She ends up pulling out like this weird clown-ish type bear thing, and then she ended up grabbing these scissors. And then Gilberto came back to the room because she was in the room cutting her hand, and you can pretty much guess what the hell happened to Gilberto. He didn't make it. No. Gilberto didn't make it. So now you see in August and Mallory, you see them, and then they was contacted because the caretaker did not come into work. So Mallory, which is Birdie's granddaughter, and August is Mallory's boyfriend. So they end up going to the house to find out what's going on. The doctor was there. He was letting them know that, listen, you have to be responsible for your grandmother because there's no one else. There's no one else to do this. We can't find a caretaker for your grandmother, so it's either that or we ship her to the homes, or we got to do something else. So Mallory, trying being one of the most recent closest relatives, she just okay. So they stayed at the house. She ended up taking care. Take care of her grandmother, and her grandmother's a little off. You definitely can tell this is not a woman you want to be left in the house with. If you remember The Visitor, where M. Night Shyamalan, The Visitor's, how weird those parents was. Grandma was the same way. But before getting any further, let's get this movie rated, shall we?
I give this movie a thumb up and a smiley face. Oh yeah!
I'm telling you guys, seriously, Meegan Warner, Sean Martini, and Sondra Blake killed it in this movie. The acting in this movie is really good. I really enjoyed the story. It's so many. The story fits in its highest dynamic for this movie. It's not really it's the horror, because it's more like a psychological thriller, but then later on turns into, it has horror aspects in it. So, because the grandmother she dabs in witchcraft. So, of course, if you hear the term witchcraft, you already know what's going to go down. You already know if anyone dabs in witchcraft, somebody's about to get a stick planted right up their ass, and that's by the end of the day. You just know how it ends. It all ends the same way, right?
Yeah.
So, next thing you know, by her dipping in witchcraft and stuff like that, and the daughter, by her coming back to the house, her memories start to slowly remember things as a child that she did not understand in the past, and it starts to unravel in the future. But then what really got crazy was, it was her grandfather. She later finds out about, her grandfather. It's everything about their parents. I'm trying not to get the movie up because I really want you guys to check this movie out. I really enjoyed it. I want you to tell me by the time you get to the end of this movie, I want y'all to let me know what your thoughts is about the end of the movie, because my wife got pissed off. She was mad about the end of the movie, but I'm not going to spoil that. But like I said, I thought the movie was good. I love the tension in this movie. I love tension. Sondra Blake, it definitely killed it. It was well written, well directed, good movie. I really enjoyed this movie. Check it out, The Caretaker. Check this movie out. It got almost my highest rating, but it's still good. It's still a good movie. Even if you get almost my highest rating, because my highest rating is a step over top of the rating that it got. So that's pretty goddamn good. So don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the Caretakers. I already told you what I thought about it. I thought it was awesome. I like the mystery. I like the tension because it was high. And I love the mystery because at the same time, you see the grandmother, you see all this crazy stuff, but then she's dipping and dabbing in witchcraft, and then you got doors and shit slamming and people sleeping, and she having crazy visions. This movie's off the chain. Y'all gotta check this out. I'm telling you, this woman gonna creep you out. It's all my movie lovers. I love it.